What's up, everybody? Jordan Stewart here from Vover. Thanks so much for tapping into the Vover original show. Just a reminder that if you want to drop your opinions about the episode or respond to the host and guests with your voice, go and download the Vover app wherever you get your apps. Vover, voice over everything. Enjoyed the show.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to The Grind with your hosts, Slimzilla and Yeti.
Vover.
Hello, world. Welcome to The Grind. Jordan, I heard you got some breaking news for us today.
Breaking news, bro.
In the football world. What's up?
In the original football world. So one of the all-star players in the soccer world, obviously Cristiano's number one.
Yeah.
That's a whole different discussion. Messi might look like he's not going to sign for Barcelona. That's the word on the street. There was talks today that broke down between the agent and Barcelona on a new deal. And it's surprising because the private company CVC just injected 2.7 billion into La Liga, which I think equates to like 10% of the league. So, and I think Real Madrid and Barcelona was going to receive $250 million each because Barcelona's, since the pandemic, they've been plummeting. I think the revenue went from like 600 million down to 200 million euros.
Right.
So I don't know if it's broke down because the Barcelona is not going to get that amount of money and it's going to affect the money that Messi was going to get, or maybe long-term Barcelona just can't afford to buy players that can kind of compete with everybody else.
Yeah.
But then the flip side of that is, do CVC, the company that's just injected this money, do they pull the plug? Because if Messi's not in La Liga, that's at least 60% of your revenue done.
Exactly. And it's like, that would also be reason for them to want to go back to the table and say, like, in the least, I want more equity in the.
Yep.
So they bought the entire league, not
they bought 10%. 10%.
Okay.
So I don't know if they'll go back and if Messi did decide to leave, then they'll say, okay, well, do we want 20? But then for me, it's like, I don't know, you invest in the NBA or the NFL and Mahomes and Brady's not there and LeBron James and Steph isn't there. You know what I mean? It's like, you have other great players, but they're not worldwide like these guys. You know what I mean?
And it's just not good when they're injecting money like that anyway, right? Like it's already sort of a sinking ship. Like he doesn't want to be on that ship
exactly. And that's the thing, right? La Liga, when you see, it's like they've got this private company injecting money. It's like it doesn't look good for the league itself.
Right.
You know
so do you think he requested some information or something to do with this company coming in, changed his contract maybe, or wanted more from him maybe?
I don't know. I think a lot of it is going to have to do with this injection of money because I think maybe Barcelona was gambling on that side of that injection to come into play so that they can get people like Messi. But then the thing is, because Messi's been free since June 30th. So he can go, remember I was saying the other day where you can go, normally you pay a transfer fee for the player. Like, so if Messi decides to leave and he goes to, I don't know, say a Man City, you don't have to pay, I don't know, for Messi, you're breaking the bank transfer fee wise. So I think the highest transfer fee ever so far was Neymar from Barcelona to Paris Saint-Germain. And that was £200 million.
Wow.
So if they obviously would have to pay more, but even though it's 36, but if they don't have to pay that, this guy's salary is going to be through the roof. Like 100% would be the highest paid athlete in the world. No question. Because the club knows they can make so much money on the back end.
Just selling jerseys, right? Like
just from that. So I don't know, this guy could be...
So is it Barcelona? Do they gain anything out of this, or is this just all bad?
It's all bad. It's all bad. If Messi goes, Barcelona's in deep trouble because, like I said, if Messi, and in England we always tell people salary by a week's wage, right? It's not like in America where it's like this guy is gonna, like, say Steph Curry is gonna get 250 million over 4 years. It's like, how much am I gonna get a week? And I think Bale or one of them guys are up there with the highest, and they get like £500,000 a week. So this guy could be close to touching $1 million a week. And it like I said, in England, it's every week, 52 weeks of the year, bro. They're just picking
That's
up
a different kind of money you're talking about. They have to really know that they're going to be able to make that back. And for some teams, like, I wonder if they're worried that with the pandemic and everything, like the investment that they're going to have to make in this guy, is it going to be harder to get that back without having butts and seats and stuff like that?
It's true, because Barcelona was going to sign him till 2026, I believe, which is, I think he'd be touching like high 30s, like close to 40. You know what I mean? Like what kind of Messi are you getting at that stage?
Yeah.
Like, is he like, has he got like 2 years left of him at the top level? Then you kind of see him like gradually injuries, etc. You know, like Father Time. But on top of that, like you said, is it worth the club going out and buying? Because Pep Guardiola, who's the coach at Man City, he said he can't, at this moment in time, he can't afford a striker because the prices clubs want for these players is just asking too much. Like Harry Kane told Tottenham Hotspurs he wants to leave to go to Man City, and Man City offered the club £100 million, and Spurs were like, no, we want more. So Harry Kane's not been coming into training the last couple of days. he's been just on his own program, which is that's like a new thing. Most of the time, people come in, and when it comes to like preseason games, say I'm injured or stuff like that. But Harry Kane just said, no, I'm not even coming in the doors.
Wow. I wonder if there's like if there could ever be an opportunity for the MLS to steal a guy, pay big money, knowing that they can actually have fans and make money. They probably wouldn't do it. It's too far of a step down for them. But like some sort of, maybe one of the teams can move in and take advantage.
Well, if you look at the owners in the MLS, a lot of them, like they own like NFL teams, all like billionaires. So they have the money. Yeah. But then would Messi want to come to the MLS now? I think it's probably a year or two too soon.
Yeah.
Unless you're offering this guy ridiculous money, because then, like I said, I think the MLS is different compared to like the European leagues, where they view it more as a business, right?
Right.
As a business move, it makes sense. Yeah. Because even if you're giving this guy over 3 or 4 years, 400, 500 million, you're going to get that back in some way, shape or form. And especially like how marketing is so big in America.
Yeah.
And Messi's such a huge influence. Like, and obviously you have that South American connection in Argentina. It does make sense from a business point of view, but I just don't know if Messi himself is ready to make that.
It'd be a big step down. I mean,
exactly.
They would probably have to give him like ownership stake or something like that for him to think about it. But hey, that would be something to think about. I mean, there's a huge opportunity, because just the way things are looking right now, it seems like America is more poised to have people in the stands and, you know, be able to do some things that aren't going to happen over in Europe. So if I'm an American club, I'm thinking, shoot, this is our opportunity to maybe steal somebody, you know, and
boost to like a Miami or somewhere like that. You know what I mean? Like that David Beckham, obviously, is part of the owner there. So that when you have things like that, it does make sense from a business point of view. And like for me, I would love to see that. Even though, like I said, I'm a Ronaldo fan. I think for the game, especially in America and the MLS, if you got Messi over here, like in the next, say, year,
it'd be awesome.
It'd be the kind of same thing how when Beckham came, how the MLS kind of shut up. I think if Messi came, it would go to another stratosphere. Yeah. If he did come in the building. For sure.
And I feel like too with football, I as much as I love football, I think it's sort of a fading sport. I mean, because no matter how much guys like the sport, it's not up to them right now. It's up to my generation and our generation. Your wife's mom, your wife. It's up to her. Like, is she gonna let your son play football? You know,
she already said no.
She already said no.
She already said no.
And that's who it's on right now. It's not on these kids. Like, they're all going to probably see football and like it, but mom's going to say no.
Yep.
There's a big opportunity for, you know, soccer and other sports to really, you know, ramp up right now. So that would be, I mean, we're talking about some wild stuff, but it could be interesting.
I think you're right, because like, especially with like all the concussion stuff and how, and even if it's true or not, right, you know how the media is like, and whether you want to believe it or not, as soon as you have that little inkling or you hear it from the TV or your phone, you still run them things in your mind, and your kids are your life, right? So you want to protect them as much as possible.
Bro, I just got an MRI Monday. I have 3 bulging discs in my back right now. I mean, if my mom went back and had a choice right now, I'd would have sucked at soccer or something. but
I told you, bro, you would have been a shot putter.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. I don't even want to think about it because I definitely wouldn't be sitting in front of you right now, probably. But those young ladies are going to start saying no, and there's big opportunity, like I said. So what else is going on in the world of football?
So yeah, and then like I said, Harry Kane's decided not to come into the training ground at Tottenham Hotspurs, and because they've just got a new coach as well, so that's going to be interesting how that kind of dynamic works between those two. Jack Grealish has completed his medical at Man City, so it looks like he's going to be going there for £100 million, which is fantastic for Man City because the last couple of years they had David Silva, who was kind of the maestro. He's called Merlin because just the stuff he was producing was just on a different level. He was the magician. So I think that him going there will be great. And that just, because I wanted to ask you about this, because when it's talked about his medical as well, how was medicals in the NFL when you got traded to another team? Because in soccer, you have like you said, MRIs of like your whole body, and like just one part of your body is, like 40 minutes, 45 minutes. So it's just a whole day at like a private hospital.
Pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even when you sign anywhere new, I mean, I never got traded, but when you go to a new club, it's all barring the physical. I mean, that's all over in the contract, and it's amazing how much better they look at you going in than they do on the way out.
On the way out, bro, you just get thanks for your services and a handshake.
Slap you on the butt. See you later. But the way in, it's like, oh man, I don't like the way your pinky moves to the left a little bit.
That's what I mean, as if that's gonna like affect anything. I'll tell you a funny story about I'd left Watford and I was signing for Derby County, and I was in Miami on a holiday in the off season. So the player liaison for Derby County rang me. It was like, we're gonna publish to say that we've signed you, and I was signing a 3-year contract on a free. So I was like, so I'm in Miami now. Like, when do you want me to come back to kind of do the medical? And I was like, now I spoke to the coach. Coach said you don't need one. I called the waitress and ordered like a Jeroboam Grey Goose. I just started getting after it.
How did they not want a physical?
Because the year before I played most of the games. So in their mind, it was like, well, he's fine.
No, that's an answer right there in my mind.
Well, when I heard that, I was like, cool.
Yeah, you're ready. Shoot. Well, for us, even us, I think you guys generally sign, or depending on the signing day, it's straight into the season, right? Even, was it at that point?
Yeah, so normally, like I said, the window is now in the summer or in January. So if you sign in January, you're going to a new team halfway through the season. Whereas if someone's signing now, you'll be ready. Normally they want you there before the season starts.
And which situation was that? What time?
So I went in the summer. They tried to buy me.
So you did have some time. You could have got hurt training or something and just never said anything.
They got me. They tried to get me in the January, but the cutoff point was 5:30, and I was on the phone to them. It was like, we ain't going to be able to get the deal done. So then I waited to the summer and then went there in the summer. But I was still at Watford, but then I left Watford early and was just at home, and then I went there in the summer. That's why I was able to go to Miami.
Always find your way over to these nice cities in the States.
Hey, that was crazy, Jordan. That was Slimzilla. That's a whole different story.
Well, I'm glad we got you permanently here now, bud.
Yeah, bro. Hey, I'm here forever. Cool, man.
We'll see what happens with this Messi situation. We'll
man.
Circle back on that one.
I hope he leaves. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
He needs something new. He needs a new test because the La Liga's, it's not the one. Cool. Okay then, bro.
All right, man.
Peace.
Vover.